one of those days where I really can't figure out how to start this video. It's just one of those days. That's really aging me. Wow. Good old Limp Biscuit. You need to take a lint roller to that t-shirt of yours. I typically like to check my YouTube channel about once a day or twice a day at most. If I don't limit myself, I'll just be refreshing it every single hour. And that's definitely not healthy for me to do. But every time I check, I'm amazed. That voice crack though, holy cow. I'm amazed that you guys haven't realized that I'm just a moron. Every morning I wake up and think, today's the day they're gonna finally realize and I'm gonna have no more subscribers. We've managed to make it another day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep this ball rolling. So today's video, we're gonna be taking about 1,500 cards in bulk and we're going to be sifting them for only the valuable cards. Any cards worth over a quarter, we're gonna put on TCG Player, and any card worth over $1, we're gonna put on eBay. I'm doing this with Magic the Gathering bulk, but you can do this with Pokemon bulk, Yu-Gi-Oh bulk, any bulk you want. I'm gonna be timing myself throughout this process, not only just so you guys can see how long it takes, but I also am curious for myself. I think right now we have to rely on bulk because we really don't have the capital to get anything else. So I really wanna just try to power through and get as much listed as we possibly can so we can move on to other parts of the business where we're buying more expensive collections or whatever direction we decide to go with the business. But before we get into that, I've started a TCG business from $0 and we're growing it and showing you how that's doing every time at the end of the episode. So at the end of today's episode, we'll be going over the numbers from yesterday. If following somebody starting a TCG business from zero sounds interesting, consider subscribing. If it doesn't sound interesting, I don't know how you found this video. We also have a Discord channel where we talk all things business, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, nerdiness. Eventually, I think I'm gonna start doing giveaways in that channel. So if that sounds interesting, make sure to check out the Discord link in the description. But we must bring out the tool. This bad boy is called the card spitter scanner thing. Smitty Warber Jaegerman Jensen. He was #1. If you didn't grow up on SpongeBob, you're gonna be very confused right now. We use this tool to scan all of our cards. We put the cards through here. It goes through here. We scan it with our phone up here. Then when we filled up this tray, we pull it out, put it to the side, and scan them all. When all 1,500 cards have been scanned, we go through them, pull out cards that are worth anything. I think I had a stroke when I just tried to say anything. Let's show you the whole process. What's gonna be interesting is I usually use the phone that I'm recording on now to actually scan this, so we'll have to figure something out. All right, this is a pretty jank setup, so bear with me, but here are the 1,500 cards, and we're going to just grab a few, and we're going to open Mana Box. This is the app I use. I'll have this linked in the description, this actual product, this 3D printed thing that you can buy on Amazon if you'd like, but all you're gonna do is throw it in. You'll see that it scans. You'll see that it's 8 cents. Okay, there's a card that's worth something. So you can just kind of blast through these when you get them going, and you can really go through a lot of cards. So we're first gonna scan in these 1,500 cards, and then what you would normally do, I usually don't do all 15 at once, and maybe we won't, but what you can do is when you get enough listed, and you can hear that ding, that's just telling you it's scanned the cards. These are all the same cards, so it won't scan them again. It's just scanning. It'll make a little sound that's a little better when you get a card that's worth over $1. So you'll really know when you got something worth value. But what you can do once you've done, let's just say that's the cards we wanted to scan. We pull the tray out, we take the cards out like this, and then we just click the little link right here. This will show all the cards that we've scanned, and we're just gonna go to a card that was worth more than 25 cents. This Distant Melody, so we know that was at the back actually. This Distant Melody, it says it's from Commander Masters. I know this isn't Commander Masters, so we can actually go here and scroll down. This is not from Commander Masters, this is actually from Zendikar Rising Commander. So we click that, and we see it's actually worth $1. Perfect. So we're gonna be pulling that out. So I just pushed this to the side. You guys can't see, it's over here if you can see the in the right-hand side. I put it over here on the right-hand side, and anything worth a quarter I'll put in a separate thing. So that's those cards. We know those aren't worth anything. These cards aren't worth now more than 25 cents, so we just kind of put them to the side, and we keep going. That's how you're going to do it, and we're just going to be back once we've gone through all 1,500 cards. So we got done with the first third of the cards in about 10 minutes. Now we're going to go through these and pull these out. I was going to do all of them, but I was like, I better do them in each set. So I saw already like 3 $7 cards, so that's awesome. So here are the cards worth more than a quarter out of that third, and here are the cards worth more than $1. These 3 specifically all being worth $7. So that's $21 right there just in those cards. We're at 57 minutes on the dot, and here are all of the cards I pulled that were worth more than $1. 4 of these were actually worth more than $7. There's 15 cards here. That means it's basically about $40 just in these cards right here. This is high. Normally I don't get this many cards worth $7. But even if you counted those as $1, this is still 15 cards that are worth $1 or more, so 15 bucks. That's probably pretty normal for me. I usually pull about 15 cards-ish per 1,500 cards. About 1 in 100 cards are worth more than $1. And then here are all the ones worth at least 25 cents. There are 73 cards here. If they're each worth a quarter, that's $18.25. This is a bottom of 25 cents. Most of them are probably worth like 35 cents. Some of them are worth even like 90 cents. So a really solid amount of cards in just an hour. In an hour, we pulled $18 worth of this cards and $15 worth of this cards. Essentially, I was actually 40. So this is like $60 of cards in 1 hour. These are cards that I pulled yesterday that were worth more than a quarter, and I already listed the ones that were worth more than $1 on TCG Player. So we're just going to add that to our inventory of cards. There's about 100. So I'm going to list all of these, and then I'm going to go list these on eBay. But I'm not going to do that in this video. But you can see within an hour, we got $60 worth of cards. We still have to condition these cards. We still have to sort them. We still have to list them, and then we'd have to sell them and then actually ship them. So there's more to the process than just obviously pulling expensive cards, but obviously you can see why bulk is worth it. I'm not going to be making $60 an hour. I bet all the rest of the things involved probably is going to take me another hour at least. So you're probably looking at $30 an hour. And if you would have pulled the cards and they were only worth $1.50, you'd be looking at like 15 bucks an hour. Not crazy money by any means, but it's what we're using to start. I just wanted to show this card off. So this card is a card that's worth about 30 cents. I pulled this out of the bulk, but then I looked at it right when I pulled it and realized this card is just not worth listing. This is a moderately played card. This will happen more often. I'm surprised it only happened once, where a card will be worth like more than 25 cents, but less than $1, but it's like moderately played. I don't bother listing them if they're moderately played, if they're not over $1. That's just my personal opinion, but it's up to you guys how you want to do that. Yesterday we did 7 sales. I already packaged them up and they're ready to go. So I am not going to obviously show the cards that we sold, but it's pretty simple cards. There were only 1 card or 2 card orders, nothing over that. And we did 7 orders of total for $13.26 after fees. Our total expenses are still $157.29. Total profits are $219.47, and a grand total of $62.18 that we've made so far with the business. So if you're wanting to know like the grand total minus like the actual grand total that we've made, because if you're subtracting your supplies as you use them, that's realistically how you would get the true profit. We would take our $219.47 and then we would subtract about $1 for every order. It's about 95 cents, but we'll subtract $1 just to be safe for every order that we've done. We've done 63 orders total. That would put us at $156.47. That's realistically where we are at if you're subtracting the expenses as they happen. But since we've done them all in chunks, that's why you see the $62.18. But that is how we get value out of our bulk. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing and check out the Discord.